Yo, what's going on, everybody? I wanted to make this video to kind of show you guys what it kind of looks like after a whole year of journaling. I know a lot of people talk about journaling, whether you should, whether you shouldn't. I mean, really, it's a lot of people who say you should. I don't really hear anybody that says they shouldn't, but I know that me personally, I struggled with journaling for like the first couple of years at least for um when it came to trading, just because I don't know. I kind of thought that like, oh, I don't need it. It's not really like how what could it really do for me? Um, but I kind of wanted to go over it because I was kind of self-reflecting at least a little bit, and just how far I really came, as far as trading, and my emotions, specifically my emotions and like how I deal with trading now. Um, it kind of just I don't know. I feel like the emotions don't really get to me as much as they did when I first started. Now it's kind of just like I show up, and this is because this is what I'm supposed to do. It's almost like I'm just clocking into a job. It's not super new. It's not super exciting that more anymore. But I'm still here, so that's how I know I'm here to stay. And I guess I kind of just wanted to go over some of this stuff with you guys, and kind of like help this part of my journal. So I I pulled up my journal here. Um, I'll minimize this just a little bit. So this is kind of like the journal that I had. It was just in this Google Doc. At first, I was gonna start it off by the week. Every week, I was gonna make a new page, and then I just ended up making one big ass page. So, um, I'll kind of just go over a couple trades over, one or two trades over each page or so. For the most part, I don't want to keep it super long, but I just said how much I made and kind of like what I was feeling and whatnot. Um, going through this stuff. Actually, you know what? I'm not sure if I'm gonna go through like necessarily all like quite a few of these. I'm probably just gonna skim through it and honestly kind of note the overall like growth I've had with this. All I know for certain is at the beginning of the year when I was trading, I definitely had these just like influx of like emotions that everybody has. Everybody has them. But now at the end of this year, and I can't believe it's been a full year. It's like pretty crazy. I started off this year, New Year's, kind of one of my resolutions was I'm going to book my trade pretty much every day. If it was a break even trade, I'm gonna book it, win or loss. If I didn't trade, I'm probably not gonna book it. I think I started off booking every single day, even if I didn't trade. But then I started to back off. Now you will see gaps in here, especially during the fall time when I couldn't trade. But for the most part, it's all here. But even just coming right into this, where was it? Oh yeah, so talking to my best buddy, and here he had a winning position, and he doesn't even necessarily trade. He doesn't trade, but he does his own stock market stuff. And so for me to even just like hear that, and I remember like hearing that, it's crazy that this was like 11, 12 months ago. Just hearing that, thinking like, damn, like that really gets to me. And not to say that that type of stuff doesn't get to me still, because you're always going to have to fight those emotions. But I'll tell you guys what, it is so much more bearable to deal with that stuff now than it ever was. Just simply because, like, I see, you know what I mean? Like, this is probably the most consistent year I've had with trading as far as everything, as far as journaling for sure. I did a little bit last year. Journaling, winning, tons of break evens, and just like emotionally, I guess available, but just emotionally stable, like not blowing up. Like I had a couple times this year where I blew up emotionally, but the good thing is I never really let my accounts reflect that for the most part. Maybe a couple here and there, but like not nearly as much as I did when I first started trading. Um, so it's really relieving to kind of look back at some of this stuff and see that I FOMO'd into doing whatever and just blew up. Now, I remember, I don't know if it was this day. I think it was another one of these days where I was in this group, in this Discord group, and I would trade with these people, and they were good. It was straight out of the PB. boot camp kind of Discord, and they were good traders for the most part. They pretty much were. But I remember one day I got on a little bit late, and I saw that they all took a trade. Literally everybody took this trade except for me. You know, Patty did, Blake did, all my buddies in that Discord did, um, and they all bankrolled on it. And I was the only guy who didn't take something. Even my buddy Justin, who doesn't trade, who just kind of like does it on the side, he made money off the market that day. And just like seeing that, all that, I was like, damn, like all that pressure built up so much where I was like, I got to take a trade. I need to ride this hype train with him. Like I have to. I took a trade and I lost. I lost money and I lost probably pretty big from what I remember. I mean, my average winning or losing days are like 250, 300, give or take. I remember losing like $500-$600 on that day, and I was livid. I remember blowing up, just fully broken down in my office, just head down, just crying, bro, straight up. Like it's just, I remember that stuff, and I'm glad to say that that is so far past me now. Now it's just like I kind of just clock in. You know what I mean? I kind of just clock in. I mean, you'll see that I was starting to write down. So I didn't even, yeah, I guess I didn't even realize, but it's funny because I, um, I even have different phases of like my trading in here. When I was trading three different people, this is when I was trading with, not with, but, a different guy's, algorithm, if you will, a strategy. This is Carmen Rosada, I believe his name is. Selling with heat maps and whatnot. Then I eventually switched from there back to like what I kind of knew, which was like liquidity sweeps, break extraction, fair value caps, kind of like the TJR method, if you will. People say it's cooked. It kind of is. Um, I mean, TJR definitely gives you a really good idea of like how the market works and like trading in general. Whoa, I guess you see a big gap here. All right, so maybe I didn't do as good as I thought I did, but um, Um, or maybe I started journaling on something else. I think I started journaling on something else. But either way, um, yeah. And then I remember seeing just like getting beat up pretty bad today. Like, wow, just wanted to quit so bad, just like that too. Haven't won a single trade this week, but I decided I wouldn't revenge trade today and probably blow the account. I waited for the breaker structure on the 5 minute high. Got worked out right after that and went down to my TP. Shit happens. True that. Feels like I'm going backwards for sure. I have about $700 more drawdown on my top sub account. Be back on Monday. Damn, yeah, I haven't traded top sub accounts in a while, but just like looking back at this shit, and it's not to say that like I've grown exponentially because I still have a lot of shit to work on. Unfortunately, I do. But I remember I went on this crazy streak. This crazy, crazy streak. Let me see if I can find it. I think it was right here. So lost 300, nothing. Lost 300, nothing. Lost 550, nothing. Lost 250, lost 1200, nothing, nothing, nothing. And then I finally won a trade, and this was after 3 weeks of trading, I believe. Yeah. Okay, so on the 3rd, it was the last winning day. And then about 3 weeks later, I finally got another winning day. And then boom, $6,200 right after that. Break even, break even, break even. 4,800, break even. 1,800, and then I kind of went on this like little spell. 24,000. Damn. Oh, okay, because this was like all 80 vows, so it's like 24,000. But I figured I'd keep it anyways. But like, just to go from that, and now I'm like actually break even. I remember this break even stage. 3,000, 0, 0, 2,500 loss. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. 3,000 dub. 0, 2,500 loss. 0, 2,400 dub. 3,500 loss. 0, 0, 2,500 dub. 0, 2,400 dub. Okay, sorry, my mic died, so I won't make this video like super long, but no, I just remember like being on this like little streak here, and I guess kind of the moral is just like I never quit, and now I'm here, and now I'm so much further into my journey. I bought ton of accounts, blew them fucking all, of course, just like everybody does. And I think that's just really important for progression in general. I really do. I really think it's important because I just think that you need to let the emotions of like trading in general, the money and everything, and just like all your expectations, they need to die down. And once they die down, if you're still here, that's when I think you're finally going to make it. I heard someone talking about this the other day on like one of the smaller accounts or a smaller YouTube account, 1,002 subscribers, and he was just talking about like he actually thinks that trading finds people and people don't necessarily find trading when it works out for them. And I kind of thought of that. It sounded kind of corny, but to be honest, I thought of it. I'm like, I've gone through so many like trading stages of my life. It is insane. I have had trading come back into my life probably 5 or 6 times over the past probably 5 or 6 years. I will go on a run, I'll get devastated, then take a break for like half a year. And then it'll always revisit my mind. And that has happened for about 5 or 6 years, like clockwork. And it is insane. And I told myself for the sixth time or fourth or fifth time that it happened, this is probably about 2.5 years ago, maybe even 3 by now. I'm going to do this every single day until I win because God has clearly put this in my life where this is supposed to be my career. This is supposed to be my life. And so I'm just not stopping. You know what I mean? I'm not profitable yet. I haven't even made a payout yet. I've had a couple opportunities where I've had a couple $1,000s in my Top Step account and I'm eligible, but I never took it just because I told myself I'm gonna have at least $3,000 or $4,000 in the account that I've made before I even take a payout because I don't want to take a payout if it means I'm gonna probably lose the account in like that week because like the drawdown is so minimal. At that point, that's like a sprint to get paid, and I don't want that. I want longevity, so I don't care if it takes me longer. So I'm kind of like that 50-50. Like I didn't get paid out, but like I could have. So it's like, all right, well, I don't know. But anyways, I haven't yet. I have not taken a single payout yet. But yeah, so that's just kind of where I'm at. But I mean, this is kind of a whole year's worth of documenting. It's pretty crazy. I mean, this is 19 pages long, and an additional 4. So 24 or 23 pages of just saying what I've got. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. But yeah, I just kind of want to make this video, keep it documented, I guess, and I know I'm very, very close to getting a payout. I know I'm super close. Just my trading feels like it's been pretty on point. I'm not documenting the days that I don't take trades, only break-even days. So today, I took a break-even trade and I wouldn't break even according to my rule set, but I feel like I can start using discretion a little bit better, and I thought about using discretion for like my break-even point, and I didn't. So I just followed like my normal rules and got break-even. But then if I had used my discretion and where I thought would have been a good idea, I would have ended up winning the trade. And to me, it made sense. So maybe you'll see me start to implement that a little bit more. I get break-even on a lot of my trades, and I know that for sure. So I still got a lot to work on. But yeah, I'll keep making these videos and keep posting. But anyways, guys, I will catch you later.